everyone, welcome to day 17 of our 28-day live stream challenge. We are going to focus today's topic on voices. Finally charging it, so that's good. Just gonna get started after taking a little bit of a breather. Oh my gosh, is it? Hold on, I totally forgot. It might be echoing. Battery's low. Okay. 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 Stop the music. Okay, this is distracting. Hi everyone of the future. Welcome to day 17 of our 28-day live stream challenge. Today is our third Saturday together. So thank you so much for being present with me tonight. And if you're watching from the future, welcome to this stream of consciousness. Today I decided to talk about and just be present with the concept of voices. So when I was thinking about age 17 and looking over some articles about the milestones of teenagers at the age of 17, topics that came up were they are building up their emotional intelligence, and they're kind of set in this bracket with 15, 16, and 17-year-olds. So then they're all kind of going through the same thing. Not same thing, but they're just living out life. They're just trying to figure out like the balance of their emotions and getting to make new friends. And for me, when I also reflected on my age 17 year, I just remember I was busy taking a lot of different classes, and I started to work part-time at my school, at the student store. I worked at a clothing store part-time. And when I think about it, there were a lot of essays that I have to write for multiple classes. So I remember like English class, history class, and econ, and when I think about that experience, along with reading through how teenagers are trying to, even now, like for the 17-year-olds in our generation right now, 17-year-olds right now, there's just so many different voices out there. And now that the internet is almost everyone's lives are integrated with the internet, I was thinking for age 17 maybe to focus the topic on voices. And even my experience right now trying to pick a topic for day 17, age 17, there were just so many back and forth inside my head with, well, maybe I should focus on like how we understand our own voice so that we could write an essay. We have our own opinions that we could try to articulate through essays. maybe I could, like, there was a lot of back and forth. So then I was like, well, maybe, like, let's take it up a notch and think on higher terms, and just, why don't I talk about the different voices that we have to learn how to manage inside our heads and around us? How do we balance out our internal dialogue with what is going on with the world? And especially right now with the internet, how do we be a part of a collective consciousness if we are still trying to figure out our own voice? So I thought that was appropriate for today's topic and today's age group, 17. So with that in mind, I'm going to play some piano like we usually do, and I'll just start sharing stories that come up in my head or anything that I'm currently going through that addresses the topic of voices. So here it goes. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being alive with me today. So here we go. And today, just letting you know, as I'm unfolding, I don't know. I'm still trying to learn how I could ground myself within a certain amount of time and not kind of like waiting for it to happen. So I'm still working on that. So while I play the piano, I'm gonna just feel out this vibe and this topic, and just if I get centered, I'll start talking. So hope you enjoy tonight's stream, and I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I mean, it's still the middle of it, but hope you guys had a good day. It's gonna get grounded here. And thank you again for being present with me right now, if you're live with me right now. But if you're from the future, still, thank you for rewatching this stream of consciousness. Okay. Okay, so I'm still kind of like getting grounded, but I do sense that I also have to start talking because it's still the intro. So, okay. So today's topic is on voices, and I know that's like really general. Like when you guys looked at the title, if you guys do check the title, if you click on the video and you saw that the title page was voices, and I started doing this thing a few streams ago where in quotes, I put also with the title page for the thumbnail, I put the topic, the general topic we're going to talk about, and then kind of like a subtitle in caps after that. And I think today's I did something like book reporting all day, every day. I hear voices, or something like that. And the reason why I focused on that is because even right now, today, as I was figuring out the topic for today and sitting with the idea of what should I be present with today on stream with the world, that is something very important that happens when you're 17. I think, as I said in the beginning of the stream, as a 17-year-old, if you are still in school and high school, we are, with my experience, we write so many essays for class, or when a teacher randomly picks on you in English class and asks you, what do you think Macbeth would do during this situation, or something like, why do you think Macbeth did this? Why did she wash her hands, or something like that? Like, we're always not just being asked of our opinion, but we're also with being present with just ourselves. And even me, like being on live stream right now, there's just so many voices, both like literally in my head and also like inside me, that are all kind of just like talking all at once. And on top of that, when you're 17, you're also hearing maybe those close to you, maybe like going through something. Like there's voices literally in your household. Maybe there's a lot of arguments going on. There's just so many voices. You turn on the TV, literal so many voices. And you know, some of us aren't fortunate enough when we're 17 or right now. Like we're not fortunate enough to kind of stop and think, you know what? Allowing my body and my being and my ears, literally, physically, allowing all of this to come through me, and like I have to engage with it. And like, how do we deal with all this? Like, even just talking about it right now, I'm just like, woo, that's a lot. Like, we're just trying to hone in and center ourselves, but at the same time it's like blah, 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 like everywhere else. How do we manage that? that's what I wanted to talk about today and share my experience with it growing up, how I from year to year dealt with it, and how I'm dealing with it now. Let's actually start from the most recent experience I've had with these voices that I hear. Through these live streams, I'm obviously sharing my literal voice, and I am communicating my thoughts to you guys and my peace of mind with you guys, and for myself, articulating something out loud while kind of being put in the spot is definitely a tool I'm learning how to manage. How do I manage different... Okay, so let's start with my internal voice. So, inside me, I have days where it's very clear. My voice is very clear, like my voice. The one that is unwavering and like the firm one, not the doubtful one. But there are days where I feel firmly myself, and I don't feel like I have to defend any opinions I have or anything that I say. Like, I'm just me. But most days I feel like I'm like constantly inside of me with no other people around. Still, I still have this like back and forth within myself, right? Where I'm just like, things like, what can I share? Oh my gosh. Okay, what can I share? Okay, I'm trying to like think of something. Hold on. Like internal dialogue, like why can't I think of anything? I definitely have a lot of internal dialogue. I don't know why I can't think of anything right now. Okay, since I can't answer that right now, because obviously I'm not like... The thing that does come to my mind right now is an internal dialogue that I have with God. And if you're not religious, it's like... I have had this dialogue since as long as I can remember. I don't know if it's because I grew up Christian and we prayed when we were young, but I have an internal dialogue with God. And I know it's Him. I know it's a higher entity because, like, I as a human, I don't think that fast. But this God, this higher entity, when I ask Him something, He immediately responds. And the way I hear Him, or her, to me it's a him, they're very... It's like a feeling, like I don't hear, like actually literally hear their voice, but like I could feel it and kind of see it in my head, like the words, which I think is really interesting. Keep that close to me because I think for the past few years, for some reason, I have felt like I couldn't hear Him anymore. Like I couldn't like there were a couple moments where I would feel him, and yeah, but now I'm trying to hone in on that and also find my center. Oh, hi Atari! Welcome to stream. Today we're talking about voices, whether that's your internal dialogue, how we deal with internal dialogue, how we manage that and not overthink too much, or if you know it's inevitable, then like how you could manage that, and also how to have a balance with that and the outside world voices and everything we are taking in online without even knowing. Like how do we even... Yeah. So I was talking about how, for me, an internal dialogue that I am currently having too is with God. And when I was young, I remember like asking this voice, like internally. I was like I think it. I'm like, are you sure you're God? Like, are you just not like, are you just like another part of my consciousness, just trying to like, just have a conversation by yourself and like call yourself God? But no, it wasn't, because this form of consciousness is so like fast thinking. I am a slow, I mean, it depends on the situation, but like majority of the time, like when I try to think of examples, it takes a while. So I'm just like, okay, this ain't me. Anyways, but I do know the negative self-talk is definitely the human me. So I'm trying to manage her right now and try to help that voice understand that feeling, understand that it's normal to feel that way or think that way. Because yeah, if something is changing in your life, you're going to be like, well, what the heck? I like was thinking this was gonna go somewhere. Like, why is this abruptly stopping? Or so for me, a practice that I have, a tool that I use when prayer didn't work, when I still felt really, really like I embodied the pain, like the I kept asking the question why. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? I remember feeling that, and like even through prayer, it didn't work. It didn't give me any comfort at all. So what helped me was definitely time, and also, I mean, I'm still going through this, but time and also journaling, like writing it out, like physicalizing a emotion, a voice inside me. Like I tried to write down everything that was in my head, and then afterwards I started highlighting it and color coded it in like different themes, and I realized what was happening. I was like, oh yeah, like duh, like you just went through a huge life transition. Like of course you're gonna feel that way. Like you're not crazy. Like that's normal. So for me, because it's so odd because I feel like I'm a very tactile person, but at the same time I think I'm very auditory, but also very like visual, like learner person. But I'm realizing I think I'm everything. Like I have to touch things. So even for my emotions, like when I'm playing my piano and I say I'm trying to like feel grounded, like literally I'm just allowing my body to, like my fingers to just play what it's used to, and then through that motion it kind of silences all the overthinking in my head, and then I have one clear voice that comes through me, and then that's when I feel ready to talk. But yeah, so that's an experience I have with voices. How do I manage outside voices happening around me? So right now, the people that are physically near me almost every day, for most of the day, are my parents and my currently my siblings are over, so them. For the most part, we've been doing okay, but the past few months have been really challenging for all of us. And I started to not only hear like projections going on, like I saw what was happening and I'm just like, oh god, like no. I started to feel what they were going through. Like I could see why they're saying certain things. I could see why their tone and voice is different. Like I started to feel everything and it was like way too overwhelming for me. I'm like, I'm trying to heal on my own. I'm trying to like work through whatever is going on inside me. Like I'm trying to feel better. Like why am I feeling everything around me? And so you're probably thinking, well, move out. I want to, but I also feel like it was divinely kind of orchestrated that I spend time with my family and to work through the things that we have to go through. So yeah, that's another thing. Do you guys have any experience with voices? Like when you guys, okay, so I'm really curious about this. When you guys, how do I explain this? When you guys have internal dialogue, do you guys see the words in your head or do you guys feel it? Or do you guys actually like talk to yourself? Or do you guys like hear actually? Because for me, I tried to explain this to someone like last week and I realized how weird it is because I like see the words in my head and I feel it. I don't hear it. I like I see it in my head, which is really weird. I see it in my head and I feel what they're saying. And when I say they, I mean God, higher entity. But yeah, and in terms of like worldly voices like the media and on like looking at social media, I realized it was overwhelming. I was projecting my reality onto others and also comparing. There was a lot of comparing going on. There were some things that I didn't expect to see. In terms of something I was going through, I just didn't expect to see something and I saw it and I wasn't ready for it. It just yeah, so for social media, for me, for my journey right now, I actually don't have social media except for Twitter because I don't really have any interactions on Twitter. I just look at it for news and when I want to post something because I'm like having a great time or there's like special news on my favorite TV shows, then I post something. But for Instagram and Facebook, I don't have it. And it's been now 2.5 months, I think. Almost 3 months. I don't know, 2.5 months. It's really helped me in my progress to feel better and to, in a way, move on from a chapter. And yeah. So, ooh, Atari, hello. Atari says I just hear and talk to myself. Like when you say hear, like do you mean like you actually hear, or is it like you're thinking here? If that makes sense. I always think it's interesting how people have different experiences of life, like to just talk about that. I think it's so interesting. Like on the most basic fundamental things. Like if I think something tastes really good, but you think it tastes really nasty, it's like, for why? Like how? That's so cool. Like, that's so cool. Atari says I just realized it was just my fears and insecurities. It actually helped me grow to be a better person. Here in my head. Yeah, to be able to recognize that these voices are fears and insecurities and they're not like dead end truth, and yeah, like you could use it as a tool. I had the experience where I thought that was my reality. Like everything I heard myself tell myself and feel throughout my body, like you're not worth that whatever I was pursuing. Like you don't deserve to do this or do that. You don't, or you can't do this, you can't do that. It's too late. Your time is gone or something. But yeah, recognizing that it is an insecurity. For me, it took me a lot of time to like actually accept like, yo, this is literal negative self-talk. Stop. Wake up. But I think for me, I had to learn my lesson the hard way, and that I had to like feel and journal about the same pain like over and over and over and over again for it to like actually be like, oh, right, well duh, you're gonna be hurt, well duh, like. So now start anew. And what's really crazy for me is that because I'm like really big on like numerology and stuff, when it hit my birthday, which is when I started this live stream challenge, something inside of me felt like lifted. It was like, okay, you need to live boldly. You literally have to be yourself. Like, do not waste any more time. You have had all the time to hold on to your pain, to try to understand it, to try to like feel better. Now it's time to just be yourself, okay? Like, be yourself. And I've always wanted to try live streaming, to be present with the world and share my life and share my energy, share myself and share my reactions to whatever it is I'm going through. And so that's how I started this live stream challenge. But yeah, using our negative self-talk as a tool rather than getting like warped into it, I think is a huge step forward. Because I remember when I was stuck, I remember even when I recognized that the things that I was feeling, the things that I was thinking about myself and my worth and everything, I knew it was fear, and I knew it was insecurity, and the like being hurt, but I couldn't shake it off. I think I had to like allow that pain to sit in my body, maybe to the point where I was just kind of like, you know what? I don't want to carry this anymore. I'm just gonna, it's not worth it anymore. Like, you've held on to this for so long. Like, you just have to start anew. So yeah. Atari says, oh, never mind. I already read that. So yeah, voices. I think what's really interesting too, the way we are learning how to communicate with each other through like the interactions we have on social media, like the whole thing about blocking someone, I think is translating into our real life, in that like it's just so scary to me to think that, mean, yes, like create boundaries, and like you should create a strict boundary if you need your space and this other person or this other group is trying to reach to you. I don't know. I don't know. It's scary to me. So then, like, what I'm trying to learn how to do is how do we even, in the most well-intentioned way for ourselves and for those around us, how do we create a healthy boundary? So I'm learning how to do that still. I'm still trying to figure that out, like what that would look like for me. As for now, I'm focusing on myself and taking care of myself and sharing myself when I can. So I don't know. Atari says boundaries are always good in the internet. Yeah, on the internet it's good, but whenever I come on live stream, I am bringing my like whole self onto this time. And what I mean by that is, if there is something I'm going through, like physically, like the emotions of it, like the experience of being on live and what I talk about, like if I am having like anxiety about it, I'm going to share that because I want to be present. If I have a random thought come into my head, I'm going to share it because I'm present. I am sharing myself with the world. And I realized, like right before starting the live stream, I think since 2 streams ago, I started to kind of feel this anxiety like, right before starting the live stream, because I realized like the expectation of, I don't know why I have such anxiety about this, but like being myself, I don't know why, but I feel like certain things are expected of me, and when I can identify that certain things are expected of me, like I started to get really anxious because I feel like I have to deliver that, and I have to. So then what I'm trying to say is, like today it was so difficult to start stream because it was like I actually got back from spending time with my family, like all of us, and we finally went to go check out the beach nearby, and it was nice. But coming back and trying to do live stream, like getting like honed in to do live stream and be present with you guys, I don't know why, but I felt anxiety in that I felt like, okay, I have to share something that, like when I'm present, like before I end stream, I want to share something very like special to the world. I want to, like for those that are tuning in, like I want to share something of value, right? But then I stopped that voice and I said, and that feeling, and I said, hey, the whole purpose of this live stream challenge is to just be who you are. You're just being present with people of the world, expressing yourself in whatever means you have, in the way you feel, and you're freely being yourself and you're sharing yourself. So that's the whole purpose of this. You don't have to you're overthinking it again. Don't get into that trap. So yeah, that's where my train of thought was in terms of the voices going in my head right before this stream. Yeah. I also want to share with future people and also those that are watching right now. These live streams, my hope is that by the end of it, if you do stay tuned for like a minute or 10 minutes or however long you stay on stream, my hope is that you do have some sort of takeaway. But my main goal, my main mission, and my intention for this experience together is that we are reminding ourselves to kind of step literal, like 50 steps back and just be human, just be like naked and just be human and just celebrate that. Like we are literally alive. And I am kind of scared that if I don't want this part of me that is so close to my humanity, where it's like I'm celebrating the fact that I'm actually alive. Like I don't want that to escape me. I want to always remind myself that, and that's what I also want to help remind others. You literally being alive, you're breathing, and the fact that you are, you have access to the computer or your phone to connect with another soul on the planet, I find that such a huge accomplishment, especially with all these voices surrounding us, our internal dialogue getting even more like crazy because we read so many of other people's internal dialogues. Like this in a way is like my internal dialogue because I'm sharing my internal dialogue with you guys, and like to even like go through all that plus like trying to make have a living, and also like you're just a part of so many things. It's like so then for myself too and for other people, I want to remind all of us that being alive should be celebrated. I'm also getting a thought come in. So when I was stuck, and I don't mean just like, I don't know, some people might be thinking like, oh, you mean stuck like your life isn't working out. No, like stuck when you're literally on the ground, you don't move because you can't, you don't eat because you literally can't, and you don't drink water because you can't, and you literally don't want any stimulation of any kind. You just want to disappear. You just want to like disappear. And this happens for weeks. A thought that came across my mind during that time when I was trying so hard to feel something to look forward to, something to make me feel again, like myself again. The thought that always came up was, at least you're breathing right now. Remember to breathe. That's the only thing you should worry about right now. Like, at least you're breathing right now. And I remember... What is that? No, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Thank you. My sister asked if I wanted avocado toast. Oh my goodness. even that thought didn't even come to me when I was down there. It was like yeah. So voices, I think. How do we it's a lifelong journey. We're trying to learn what our inner voice is, like how to hone in on our inner voice. Or maybe we're not. Maybe we don't want to hear it. We just want to get our work done, and we just want to have the means to have a good, a nice house, and maybe you're on that route. But yeah, I think still the battle and the managing of different voices, both in our heads, in our hearts, and of other people surrounding us in our lives. How do we manage that? And I think it becomes relatively easier when we literally take care of ourselves and love ourselves. And for the longest time, I didn't know, I intellectually understood, oh, self-love, yeah, I love myself, yeah, I love myself. Right now, I'm in the process of literally loving myself, and in many ways, and I understand now because I see it in myself. Even seeing the progress I've made through these live streams that we had together, I could see how much more confident I am. Yes, there are days where I feel sad, but I think that's only human of me because, certain things I see or memories that I have crossed my mind of an experience of someone, you miss them, then yeah, you're gonna be sad. But overall, I feel so much better, and I definitely think it's because I've given myself, I've put myself first. And I feel so much better, obviously, but I can finally feel what self-love feels like and how that affects life around me. So then managing voices around me gets relatively easier. I've decided, do not want to have social media affecting my mood, do not want social media to, because it was negatively affecting me, and do not want it to trigger negative self-talk. I'm gonna cut it off. I deleted it. I'm gonna look at chat, sorry. Oh my, okay. Atari says, I did that for years. I locked myself in my room. Any conversation or argument I hear is overwhelming. I just want to be myself. I want to be alone. I guess anybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that. Yeah, I could totally relate to that. I'm sorry you had that experience, and thank you for sharing that. The most recent I feel that had the same experience was in June. It was so bad. But yeah, I could totally relate, and I'm really glad you're here with us today. John Adams says, I was, by the way, for those of you who are watching for the first time, I go through the chat like I am here for the world and I'm being present with the world. This is how I'm sharing myself in the way that I can. So yeah, I read through everything. So if you're comfortable with me reading, then yeah. So John Adams says, I was watching your live yesterday under the live section. How did you lose your best friend? You seemed pretty sad. Okay. So we were really, really close. We've known each other for years, but I think we both needed to learn who we are more. And we decided to part ways. So yeah, I don't know how to talk about it. But thank you for asking. I'm really glad you're on live with us tonight as well. Really glad you're here. Thank you. Atari says it was just time to take to get over that and think I'm done with this and you pick yourself up. Sadness just makes us human and it makes us appreciate what we are now. I totally agree. You're so wise. Yes. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. John Adams says, sorry if that was too personal. Oh no, it's okay. It's just I want to be here. Like I want to be present and be my whole self. It's just I don't know how to share that story yet, other than we yeah, I don't know how to talk about it yet. But thank you for asking though. So for those of you, John Adams says, I've lost good friends too. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I think, so these live streams are going to be for 28 days. We're on day 17. I know that when we get to around like day 24, between 24 and 28, I'm pretty sure I have to be present and share relationships, friendships. So if you're still around, hopefully you could hear my story then. Also, John Adams and those of you who are tuning in the future for the first time here, or you're watching right now as we're present together right now. So my intention of the 28-day live stream challenge, I created it on my birthday. It's not an actual like tag going on. I just created it by myself for myself to give myself an opportunity to be present with the world in the way that I can. Because I just had so much that I wanted to like share of myself, but I always felt like recently I haven't felt like I've been able to do that. Yes, I could, without streaming, just play piano on my own, but I want to share my energy. I want to be present with the world. And so even with piano, this isn't something that I do for a living. I just do this like literally to heal and to feel better and to be expressing my inner self. And so the reason, hold on.
Excuse me? Can we not clap so loudly?
The intention behind this challenge also is for me to, with the world, as each day goes on up till day 28, so I turned 28 years old a couple weeks ago when I first started this challenge, I want to revisit the like core foundational like concepts of each age group. So for each day I focus on a topic that is like a core concept or a milestone for that age group. And then for up to an hour, my plan was to do it just for an hour, but yesterday I gave myself the permission not to feel guilty about going past an hour, but also to let the world also know that I think I should end it when I feel that I have sufficiently like given myself like something, like a takeaway at the end of the stream. So that's the experience I am aiming for this live stream challenge. I hope that by the end of 28 days we will together have visited the very like core fundamental virtues and concepts that we somehow don't have the time or the energy to stop and think and reflect on, like humanity, our humanness, like the fact that we're alive. And so today, John Adams, we have more on chat. Today I chose, and the topics are chosen on the day of. So on the day of like today, I was thinking about, age 17, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like about a personal narrative of mine. It's just, I wanted to grab like a core concept from that age. So today's day 17. So age 17, I thought about like, okay, well, I just like read articles on Google about like milestones of 17-year-olds, and they're bracketed as teenagers with other like 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and their milestone is that they're trying to figure out they're working on their emotional intelligence, and puberty is happening. They are affirming their independence. So then I was like, well, what do I choose from that? And what I got was even the fact of me, when I think about high school, there was just so many voices around me. Like at home, there was a lot of arguments happening. And like I had to like learn how to cope with that. And then there was like my internal dialogue going on, like, do I want to be the band kid? Do I just not do band and go all for journalism? Do I like that? And then the fact that right now today, before choosing this topic of voices, me going back and forth with topics and like trying to make it more relevant for the world. That's why I chose the topic of voices today. And that's why the title of today's stream is also book reporting all day, every day, voices. I hear voices everywhere. It's because it seems like that, the experience right now, like we're trying to, like when we're interacting with other people, like strangers too, like you guys, or when you're interacting with your family or your coworkers, whomever, we are essentially kind of also delivering a book report, because it's kind of like you you have to give a deliverable of like a summary of your day, or like you have to do this thing, and you're constantly doing it if you're meeting different people. And like, so yeah, I'm gonna look at chat, but anyways, that's why we are focusing on voices today. And I'm so glad you decided to come back on stream. I'm so glad you're alive with us tonight. Atari says, I just lose friends on purpose. I'm weird like that. Haha. Okay, that means it sounds like, I mean, from my life path, it sounds like you are aligned with yourself and you just know, like, your people, your tribe. John Adams says, takes a lot of courage to be so open. Respect. Thank you for that. I think this literal nakedness of me, I think it comes from, like, I have nothing to lose, and that I realized recently, having that experience of feeling stuck and just like I wanted to disappear, and I didn't know how to move on, or I didn't know how to be existing. I didn't know how I could survive in this world. Like, I didn't know if I would still be here. So I have nothing to lose, and that I want to share myself with the world, with the time that I have, and that we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. We don't, like, and so I didn't want to wait for someone or some employer or some group, someone to give me permission to be myself and to share who I am. And so I am sharing my energy with the world. Like, I want to be present with the world. So that's my intention there. But thank you for that. John Adams also says, I had a friend who I thought I could depend on, and he ended up trying to talk to my former girlfriend. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know why that just went like through my head. Hold on. I had a friend who I thought I could depend on, and he ended up trying to talk to my former girlfriend. Oh no! I don't know how guys could do something like that. I would never do that to some other man, even if the girl was the one to initiate contact. I lost all respect for him. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That must have hurt really bad. Atari says, good on you, homie. Take him out of your life. I'm so sorry for that. That must have really hurt. Through that? Like, how did you... I mean, he must have been like a really, really close friend to you. Like, was it... Like, how did you move on from that? California, so right now it's 10:30 p.m. other types of voices that exist in our vicinity. So books. Okay. I have since so my life has literally changed at the end of last year. So that's when my like journey has been. And also I have also been sharing my story like tidbits at a time during our live streams together. And I remember saying in one of my streams that one of the reasons why I felt really stuck was because I kept feeling like I was going like this. Like I always, like I felt like I was making progress with my emotions and with like feeling aligned and feeling grounded and feeling like in control of myself. But then I would hit rock bottom if if I see something or if I like get triggered by something. So then I think that's what kind of perpetuated the whole, like, it kept pushing me down. Each time that happened, I was like, is this gonna be like the pattern of my life? Am I always gonna be like doing really well and then I go straight down? I remember a good friend from college, she reached out to me, so I still have my messenger open. So I don't have Facebook or Instagram, so this friend, she didn't know what the heck was going on in my life. She thought I was doing great. Like, she thought I was still working at the company I worked for, and she thought, she just thought I was doing okay. She reached out to me like a month ago. A month ago? That was when I was here. Hold on. A month ago. Today's August. About a month ago. And then she asked me on Messenger, like, yo, Jen, like, what's going on? Like, where's all your social media? What happened? And then, like, I told her that I wasn't doing well and I just needed a break from, like, everything. And I remember her telling me, when I was telling her about my experience with the whole, like, this thing, she told me, she gave me this tool. She gave me this mental image of a diagram of a spiral going upwards like this. Wait, is this going the right way on camera or is it this way? I don't know. Anyways, like going like this. She said, Jen, instead of thinking of your life experience, your moods and everything like this, think of it as you go through these battles with yourself and with the world. Like, think of it going upward. Like, we're all growing and we're all adjusting and we're all learning to be like our best selves each day. Just think of it going up. So that really helped me. Why am I bringing this up? Oh shoot. I'm bringing that up. Oh, okay. So my like journey trying to align myself after everything that's happened at the end of the year last year. So then when I kind of put that into perspective, I think that really helped me. Yeah, because and on my YouTube channel, if you guys are curious, you will see kind of the fluctuations in my mood by the edited videos that I have. So you'll probably see a playlist for New York. It was my first time going there and I went there for a book tour. Like, everything happened serendipitously. And after everything happened at the end of last year, I wasn't completely heartbroken in that I think I was in denial, thinking, okay, I'm just gonna like follow anything that like grabs my like that guides me, that like feels like a divine orchestrated like calling. So most of my videos are of me like following that. And when I got back from the traveling in May, it was really, really, really bad. So I'm sharing that because I want to remind ourselves, also me, each day is going to be different, and just because one day we feel so like at top of our game and that we're feeling healthy and normal and better and like nothing could trigger me anymore, life each day is always changing, and what we have to hold on to is being true to ourselves. That's the constant in our life. Like we have to, and I think yeah. And I'm currently on the journey where another constant now is sharing that part of myself with the world for 28 days. And to be honest, I definitely feel so much better. And this space and this time together, my family has also they also regard it as like my time. Like they know they shouldn't like try to schedule something in it or amongst it. Like it's so amazing like what is happening. I love it. But yeah, I'm gonna look at chat, sorry. John Adams says it's 1:29 p.m. on a Sunday here in Philippines. Oh wow, you're from the Philippines. Welcome. So it's still Saturday here in California and it's 10:37 p.m. He says it wasn't easy. We were very close. I'm so sorry to hear that. But I just stopped talking to him. I feel bad, but at the same time, it is what it is, I guess. He says everyone has bad points in their lives. Even very successful people do. I remember talking to a pharmacist when I was still in college, and I thought he had it, and I thought he had made it. I asked him, life must be perfect. And he was like, no man, I'm human. I still have problems. That's just a small example, but that was one I could remember. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I think I've been so like living in such a safe bubble maybe that I haven't gone through so much, that like I didn't allow things to like pain to go through me. Like I would just like I wouldn't deal with that. I would just kind of like cry it out that one day and moment, and then I'd just be like going through life like this. So I think through this past experience at the end of the year where like everything changed, I think it just, the things that I needed to pay attention to internally, like it was all like crying out to me like, yo, like you need to pay attention to me, like figure this part of yourself out. You need to like pay attention to this emotion. So, but thank you for sharing that. I agree. Atari says, we need control in our life. That's why when something changed, it's scary and sad. Yeah, I agree. Atari says, I know it's hard, but we need as... But what we need as humans... Wait, I know it's hard, but we need as humans to enjoy life as it is. And like what you always say, be in the present. Thank you. That I agree. Because I was... So John Adams, I don't know if you're watching for the other streams, but I shared my background and my lifestyle for the past few years have been like work, overtime, like, and have pockets of travel with my best friend, and then we would always be so tired because of work. And when I think about it, like even if I like had those moments where it was like, okay, I need my like journaling time, I need to like be present with myself, I need to like just stop everything and just like be human. think I had that much. And that's what I want to not let go of right now in this phase in my life, as I'm like, I hope by the end of this live stream challenge, let's hope that I make it till 28 days, but I hope that by the end of 28 days I have built a very strong foundation of literally embodying my humanity and reclaiming my like self and having that like very strong groundedness that I'm like seeking every day. I really hope you guys are able to hone in on that too, more so than you presently are by the end of this challenge if you continue on this journey with me. But yeah, I agree. I think we forget to do that if we're always on the go, doing everything. Unless you've like gone through so much that you know, and like as you're so busy, like you set aside time to really like ground yourself. I'm like sweating and I'm like being mindfully conscious that I'm being sweating. Hold on. What else can I share about voices? So this is a physical embodiment of my mind of the past February to June. And from this, I want to share something about voices. I mean, this is literally my voice, but like I need to share something from it. Let's see. I remember also like hold on, I'm just gonna keep this here. I need to share something before I read that. Do you guys have moments where you have it's not triggered by anything in particular, but you have these like random flashes of images come through your mind? Because I had this like crazy thing come into my head one like 12:45 a.m. And I want to share this because it's about voices. So let's see. No, this one was actually triggered. Okay, wait, hold on. Something that wasn't triggered. Hold on. No. Voices. And those voices are of my siblings. I think they're just sitting out there talking. What is something that I could share that... Oh. That is universal in that Okay, wait, I need some music. Hold on. Okay, wait, I really want to share something from this. Hold on. Why am I under the covers all? Voices. Good voices. Hold on. I have like this is like other stuff. Wait, why am I so like drawn to this? Like I feel like I have to share something from here. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, so I remember, when was this? April. Okay. Oh, thank you, Atari. Thank you for being present with us. I think you already left, but thank you for being present with us today and for all of your sharing your experience, and thank you for being present. So what I wanted to share from that, I remember the voice that I followed right after everything had happened was the voice that was always action oriented. The voice that was like, or the feeling, the gut feeling where it was all action oriented, because I knew that if I didn't listen to that or listen to that gut instinct, that I wouldn't do anything else. So then, or I couldn't do anything else. So for the months of February through the beginning of May, I've been traveling to see and like staying with friends in different states. And I remember like everything felt like it was meant to happen, in that the friends who were from high school or from college, it was so odd because like I had this, it was so weird how everything happened. The gut feeling that I had, where I saw an email, this was in February, I saw an email, and I usually don't read those types of emails because I get a lot of emails because I don't unsubscribe to the email lists, but there was one by a blogger named Maria Popova, and she was having her like book tour, and then I was like, wait, I didn't think that she wrote books, and then I went to her website and I saw that she was having a book tour, and in just one place, and it was in New York. And I was, and in my head, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is it. Like I have to go. Like I have to go meet her. I've been reading her blogs since like my early college years. Like I get to meet her, and she wrote a book. What? And so that started the whole initiation with this whole like having a trip to New York, and I had credit card points, so then used that to go, and I reconnected with a high school friend who lives in the area, and then I reconnected with him, and then it was so odd because another friend from college, she reached out to me and she was like, hey Jen, like I just got married, and I I just got married and we have a guest room. Just thought of you and thought like if you ever want to visit Seattle, like you could come see us. In my head, I was just like, wait, why are all these things like how, like yeah, I'm gonna come visit you. Made that happen. So these types of things kept happening, like where I was reconnecting with my old contacts who, these are the friends that, like, it's not like an acquaintance in that, like, oh, like we had a class together and yay, like we're nice to each other. It's more like we literally talked about like everything together. And anyway, so I'm telling you this because the part of the journal that I wanted to share with you guys is a stream of thought that I had at a cafe in the middle of April, and it was me trying to realign myself because I realized I am so caught up in my own healing process that I am so detached from like reality. Like I am so like focused on feeling better that like I am literally so detached from like the ways of society. So then that was me trying to understand, okay, like what do I have to figure out again? Like why, like this journey, like after this trip ends in May, like I'm gonna have to go back and like figure out everything again. Like, and I started having anxiety because I was like, wait, what if that job in San Francisco doesn't work out? Do I really have to go back home? Like what's gonna happen? So the reason why I bring that up is because voices. I wanted to share the story of me following that really clear voice, that gut instinct that aligned with my inner voice telling me, do this, do this, do this. It was like, now that I think about it, I don't think it was like up to me. I felt like I was literally a vessel or something, just doing what the energy was telling me to do. And then everything kind of aligned. Like everything aligned. And then when I got back in May, I couldn't feel anything. I didn't feel like that person anymore. I was stuck. And I didn't hear any voices other than the negative self-talk. And even that I didn't want to hear. So I just wanted to disappear. I was just like, you know what? I couldn't listen to music. I couldn't even talk when someone talked to me. In that, like, when, you know, like normal people, when someone comes into the room and like asks, hey, did you eat today? Like, I couldn't even say anything because I couldn't say anything. I was just stuck. And the reason why I'm sharing that is because the voices that we hear inside of us, what am I trying to get at? The voices that we hear inside of us are like, it is our, what am I trying to get at? How did I get out of that? And I'm sure this experience probably might be just unique to myself. Maybe you don't hear like that clarity voice or that like gut feeling. Like you have too many voices inside you. But what I want to share from my experience coming out of that darkness is be kind to yourself and stay true to yourself and take care of yourself. That's the first step. And I want to tell myself that over and over again because yeah, I remember when I first like actually started doing YouTube, like after everything happening, like I actually started being active on YouTube again, like uploading. And I remember one of the things that I always put in my description was that I stopped putting was I don't know why I stopped putting it, but to be alive is a daily battle, and so thank you for being alive. And I know I keep saying this in this stream, but I really want to remind both myself, like I wish it was like a part of me that I don't have to remind myself about, but like when I'm actually kind of scared that like if this experience of life were to change again, and I know it will, I want to remember and ground myself in that I know that to be alive is such an accomplishment first. And I have to keep telling myself that. Okay, I see that there are things on chat, so I'm going to read chat. Sorry. Oh, Atari said. Oh, John left. Oh, thank you, Atari. Hi, this is YC. Welcome back. But yeah. I also want to remind myself this live stream, I don't have to try to like provide answers for everyone because I know it's not going to be for everyone. This is, I have to remind myself this is for me. Like I'm being present, and so I'm being present. So because I don't have all the answers, I'm sharing myself. So okay, it's been a really long time. Hold on. It's been an hour and 35 minutes. I'm gonna play some more piano and then we'll wrap it up. And yeah, because I think it's so weird because it's like I choose a topic and yes, I do address it, but I also do the exact opposite of it. So right now it's so funny that we're on the topic of voices and I was addressing it in different ways, and then right now I'm like trying not to hear the voices inside of me, and I'm like, you know what, like I'm just gonna like end it because it's too late and like it's Saturday night. And okay, so interesting. Gonna give you guys my voice. Okay, I'm gonna give you my voice. By the way, funny story related to voice today. So I went to the beach finally. I don't know who mentioned that I should go to the Laguna Beach. I forgot who it was, but in a previous stream, someone mentioned that I should go check out Laguna Beach. We went to Newport Beach today. It was so crowded, but it was such a nice experience. The waves are incredibly strong, so scary. I got to do something that I've been dreaming of doing on one of my like bucket lists, and it's to like on a rock in the middle of the ocean. I wanted to do the whole like aerial pose on the rock and do the thing where like the waves are crashing and then she like sings out loud. Guess who got to check that off the bucket list? I did. Anyways, okay, I'm going to sing something, and this is a voice that comes from within, in that it's not just a physical form of a voice, but it's also from within, because this is a song from me. And it, as my soul is being inspired right now with the energy of the world, and I don't know who's still on stream right now, but thank you. I am going to sing something for this moment.
Thank you, Atari, for listening and being present with us tonight and for your support.
I just wanted to share something that was inside me, and for some reason I feel like I should sing in Korean, so I'm gonna try to sing in Korean. So I'm not looking at chat because I'm like really scared. What just happened? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna try English now. Okay. shaking because I don't know what just happened. But I felt like you had to come through. So, oh my dear heavens, I just sang on live. I didn't know what the heck I was saying, but I shared myself. So, I want to thank you guys, whoever is watching stream, for being present with me today, and I thank you for being present with me and alive today. I don't know why I can't open my eyes right now. I'm like shaking because I literally did that on live. Holy crap. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. We're gonna close our eyes because I'm humbled right now to be at your presence. Also, I don't know if this is like the effect of, so since 2 streams ago, my mom has put up a cross right in front of, like, there's a cross like right there. I think, I don't know, maybe that's why, but like, okay, I'm gonna look. Okay. Thank you for being present with me today, and for being alive today, and for sharing your part of your life with me today. A lot of you opened up today, and I really appreciate you sharing things going on in your life. That means a lot to me. Oh my goodness. We are ending the day together. It is Saturday. Someone open the door.
It's not done yet.
Oh my gosh, I'm like shaking because like, why? Okay, it's okay. We are present. We unfolded together. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to stop the shaking of my eyelids. Okay. I just turned off the piano, by the way. Thank you so much, Atari, for watching and supporting, and for being so ever present with this state of consciousness and stream of consciousness. And by the way, consciousness is another word for thoughts. But I just like saying that because it's a part of spirit. It's spiritual. It is something we are experiencing together. So that's why I use it. The reason why I'm kind of like zoning out is because I can't believe I just did that. I'm like, my heart is beating. Okay. Woo. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for being present with us today. And I'm so glad you guys tuned in tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. And for those of you that are streaming from another country, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 18, which is an exciting number because in societal terms, that is when you are legal to do things and when you are considered an adult. So not sure what topic will come of that day tomorrow when I'm present with tomorrow and when I'm alive tomorrow, but we shall see how that unfolds. Thank you so much for your presence today. Again, I want to remind you guys, there is a live stream challenge playlist, 28-day live stream challenge playlist that you guys could check out on my YouTube channel. And also, some of you have reached out to me via email. Yes, you can reach out to me via email. I'm here for the world. If we are connected, for whatever reason, I believe there is a reason why. So if you find yourself, I don't know, like you want to say something, you could also comment below. Thank you so much for being present with me. Yeah. And also for the past streams, in the description below, I have links to like books or resources or like articles that I refer to during the stream. So if you wanted to go check those out, you guys could do that too. Yeah. Thank you so much for being present with me. I know I keep saying that, I say it so many times, but it's because I genuinely have so much gratitude in my heart that it's overfilling, that the only way I could express it is to keep sharing it. So much that I have to burp. Wow. So thank you. Why can't I let go? Okay. Atari says, have you seen the movie Waking Life? Check that out. I think you'll like it. Thanks for the stream. Good night. Thank you, Atari. Thank you. I will check that out. It sounds very interesting. Again, the movie is called Waking Life. I will check that out, and I will also link that movie link trailer YouTube video on the description below. And I usually at the end of the stream I also have like a pinned comment of like a question for everyone. So if you want to be a part of that discussion, feel free to do that in the past streams and this one. What else? Also, I know my live streams are really, really long. They tend to get longer every day. And that's good in that I'm learning to be present and I'm learning how to be grounded and aligned and share myself. So no matter how long it takes, we're going to learn how to do that together. So if you could please, if you had really great like insights from a particular segment of the live stream, please feel free after I end the streams, if you could like get the timestamp of that segment and then share that with the rest of the world in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that. I started doing that because I realized, oh my gosh, if people are rewatching for whatever reason, for like however, I don't know, like for whatever reason, if they land on my videos, they're going to see that it's 2 hours and 30 minutes long and they're not going to watch it and they could possibly have gotten something out of it. So if you could do that for me, that would be great. But thank you so much for watching again and for being present and for being alive. Thank you. I felt very alive today. Thank you so much. I'm going to say goodbye. Bye, guys. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Probably during the same time. So bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.